Society of Hickory Golfers of Historic City Park Golf Course. Today is Hickory Golf Celebration Day in memory of Lillie Petit Gallagher. We wanted to keep the ceremony kind of brief, so this is what my toast is. In the meantime, Bill Reed, who is the president of the Hickory Golf Association, wanted to come down, and because of his health, he couldn't. So what we decided we were going to do is do the toast while everyone drink is fresh.
I like it.
So this is a toast to Lillie Petit Gallagher, the Joan of Arc of Historic City Park. Booyah! And then for those of you with French heritage, we toast à Lillie Petit Gallagher, Jean d'Arc du Parc de la Vie Historique. Hurrah!
Here's to Lillie.
Vive la France! Vive la France!
That's pretty good.
And so today, I've turned this over to Jamila, the lady from the green, to give us a few words.
Should we do another?
Frankly, I didn't have anything super prepared today, but I knew I wanted to say something in Lily's memory. I remember when she emailed me the first time, because she saw a recreation of a cover that we did in the magazine that was, and we did it here at City Park. And so I was really excited to meet with her and a little shocked, like what she wants to talk about. And she really told about the history of City Park, and from that conversation, I was really able to get on the bandwagon that she was on as well. And she was just a light and a wonderful person. And when I found out that she passed, I was not in town, and I was devastated because I didn't get to say goodbye or talk to her prior to her passing. But I'm so happy to see that her legacy will live on, and we will still do what we need to do to preserve City Park. It will still be Ladies on the Greens home course, and I will still bring beginners out here. We will still play, and we will still advocate the course the way it is, so we can continue to enjoy it for years to come.
You're here.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers to Lillie.
Thank you. This is from Bill Reed, who is the president of the Hickory Golf Association nationally and also president of the Golf Heritage Society. Bill was a good friend of Lily's. He played down here. Actually, he came in first in the last Tom Bendel Hickory Golf Classics. So he couldn't be here, so he asked me to read this. So it's a little bit longer than what I had in mind. Miss Lillie contacted me what seems like a lifetime ago. At that time, there was a faction of local people who wanted to shut down City Park and its 9-hole Tom Bendel designed golf course to build a strip mall through zoning changes. Yep, just what any community wants, another coffee joint and a nail salon. Might as well add a massage parlor of questionable reputation to the mix. As my memory serves, this group, faction, or cartel was led by a newspaper owner or editor. Having a supply of ink in the form to spread the ink is truly a formidable foe. Step up Miss Lillie in her white Charger. She was saving her home and the surrounding history of City Park. She had found me via internet in my hometown of Des Moines, Iowa, as the president of the Golf Heritage Society, as well as the executive director of the Hickory Golf Association. I am a Hall of Famer as a historian of the old game, certainly not because of my lack of talent to play the game. After Lillie told me about the perils of City Park, I suggested that she should get in contact with Stuart Bendelow, Tom's grandson of South Carolina, and that he would embrace the cause because of his architect grandfather, who has been called the Johnny Appleseed of American golf. Lillie had already done so, and it became a joint effort to have City Park placed on the National Registry of Historical Places. This was done, and we thought that the matter was settled. Years later, the same issues returned. Miss Lillie has now gone on to rest in the International Registry of Historical Places, and the battle over the future of City Park and its historical significance is in other hands. I wanted to attend today's events and to give the family of Miss Lillie my regards. However, my health and age are preventing me from traveling. I am proud to say that the representation of the future of City Park is in the very best hands. I ask my good friend and golf historical colleague Stan Spring to share my comments. Miss Lillie led the battle. Those in attendance here today will see the battle through. God bless City Park and Red Stick City. Sincerely, William W. Reed.
Here, here.
And at this point, I'm going to ask Mike Raby to give us a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Mike Raby, Director of Golf for Breck. On behalf of Breck and our Breck Golf Courses, I'd like to express our condolences to everyone with Lily's passing. I first met Lillie in 2014 when I came to Baton Rouge, and it wasn't long after I met her that I started hearing from her on a regular basis. There were a lot of emails, and not just the things, like, you knew that she advocated for City Park Golf Course. She was clearly the single largest person advocating for City Park Golf Course and the most determined person. But it wasn't just that, it was emails about, did you see what a public golf course in Des Moines, Iowa is doing? What do you think about this idea? Do you see what they're doing with the public, with Augusta Municipal Golf Course in Augusta, Georgia? Do you see what they're doing with National Links Trust in Washington, D.C.? What do you think about this idea? You know, if something just happened in the world of golf, I'd get an email from Lillie. Look at this neat article I saw on this. You know, like, she was, most of the time I was aware of these things, but there were times something happened in the golf world that I wasn't aware of, and I found out because Lillie, you know, we generally think that older people might not be adept at using the internet. I can tell you that was clearly not the case, because she knew stuff I didn't know. And I'm like, how did she come across that article? So it was, I tell you, it was, I was very surprised and stunned when I found out that Miss Lillie had passed. To me, she was like a force of nature. You know, she was like the waves landing on the beach. Like, the waves don't stop. And the way she was and the way she presented, I don't know how I expected it, but I just expected her to just keep going and going, because like a force of nature, she wasn't going to be stopped. And I'll tell you, when I heard that she had passed, one of the first thoughts that came to me is, it's like the waves stopping on a beach. And I'll tell you that in Baton Rouge, and particularly here at City Park Golf Course, those waves on the beach are going to be missed. So thank you for coming, and we thank Lillie for everything she did for Breck and for the city of Baton Rouge and for City Park Golf Course. Here.
Lastly, a friend of City Park and a member, Charles Gallagher, Lillie's son. You'd like to say a few words, sir?
Hello, good afternoon. I appreciate the opportunity to speak on behalf of my mother and friends of City Park Golf Course. I've come to know many of you in really more recent times, I'd say the last year or so. I grew up here since 1975. We moved from the College Town area and came to the golf course. And so my childhood was spent at the golf course. I played golf here. I rode my bicycle everywhere with my friends who were all the same age and playing golf. We worked at the golf course. I cleaned the carts. I would water the greens in the middle of the night. Apparently there's a lot of activity that happens in the Gallagher household in the middle of the night. I'm sure all those emails you received never occurred until midnight, and they probably kept coming until 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So, and that could have been as recently as 3 months ago. So anyway, on behalf of our family, we appreciate all the love and support that you gave my mother throughout her lifetime, and trying to better the golf course and better the community. and she was always a community advocate. She, I feel like, always put the community interest ahead of her own. She loved history. She loved preservation. She had extensive preservation activities throughout the state and the nation, and preservation was certainly her passion. So it's not surprising that she was able to latch on to a pristine property such as City Park, and had the vision to see what it could be restored to and maintained to, and always advocated to get it to that higher level, and in the process bring the community together. And I know through her efforts she has brought the community together. You are testament to that in and of itself, and we're happy that this round of Hickory golf being played today is, I think, another part of her legacy that will probably grow stronger and live on. So these fights and these little battles that we have in trying to preserve the golf course has all actually brought us together in a more cohesive fashion, and we look forward to success and a bright future for City Park Golf Course. And again, on behalf of the Gallagher family, we thank you for supporting my mom. Thank you.
Here, here.
Before we close, Brian McDaniel has a few words he wants to say. Do a toast to Lillie. And after that, we'll be hitting the links to play around for Lillie.
Brian McDaniel, my wife Jackie. Came back from Washington, D.C. after being there for 16 years. Back to Baton Rouge, mentally. I mean, this is what I think back to. I mean, just look at it. It's just amazing. And what amazes me particularly are two things. One is, of course, Lillie, and I'll talk about that for a second, the people surrounding Lillie, who she goes in. The people I'm looking at right now, people on the committee. I mean, I see these names, but every time I turn around, I'm meeting members and getting to know them. They're all so special. And Lillie is the one who brings this together. So, the Friends of City Park committee members, the people who are acquainted with Lillie, and also Lillie, who I found out in her passing so much more about her in that obituary, and people talking about her with the St. Elizabeth's and so many different organizations that she did, not just golf, City Park, all over the town, the city, and this part of the state. She just gave her heart to everybody. So those are the two things that particularly strike me, and for that reason, on behalf of Gigi and Larry Jonas, who are on the committee and couldn't be here today because they're in Japan, my wife and I, we offer this toast, this levity to everyone in hopes that we make it as better. Here's the Lillie.
Well, to honor Lillie today is a round of golf. We're going to play 9 holes. If you've got Hickory, you're welcome. If you've got Modern, you're welcome. So let's play around for Lillie. Thank you all for coming.